Um,
Dogs can have it too, actually. I should have gotten her some drippy tail treats.
What's up, guys? Hello. Oh, my dog hears another dog barking. Hola, how's it going? I'll hang out for a minute, right around till 10, and then get going. Yeah, as you guys pop in, feel free to throw some stuff in the chat. Um, yeah, super informal this morning. It's not a big production or anything. Also, if you can't hear me or something, or if I'm technical issues, let me know. I'm not the tech wizard or anything like that, so could be going poorly, and I have no idea. Test, test. Kyle, you can hear me now or no? If not, I'll grab my headphones and see if that changes it. Sounds working. Okay, awesome. David can hear. Awesome. I'm guessing that's Craig on the team chat. Good to hear it's working for you. Kyle, maybe. Okay, yeah, maybe it's on your end. Nice. Okay. Craig, how's the BMW going? I know you were putting in a bunch of work on that, so you think it'll be the seat time car or the top end car that comes out? Nice. Welcome, Kyle. Good you can hear now. New tow rig instead. I feel that. I mean, the van. You were saying the van was having problems, so I guess you got to be able to get there, right? What'd you get? Nice. That's a huge upgrade. 16 RAM, 2500. I think that'll do it. That'll do the trick. Yeah, you should have no problems getting there now. All right, guys. Well, cool. So it's like 10:01. Maybe I'll wait 1 or 2 more minutes just to see if anyone else wants to drop in. If people are, I guess, watching this afterwards, because I'll post it after this, so it's people can go back and look at it. But yeah, if people are watching afterwards, like, you know, hopefully get some good information out of it. My dog just ate something off the floor. What are you what are you doing? Oh, my car is in shambles. I spent the afternoon yesterday working on it. Um, and it is a I don't know if I'll make the first round. There's been a lot going on lately. So, working on the car, while important, took a slightly back seat. Um, so we'll see, man. The goal, I have to be there for the 50K. That's the plan. So mid-May, it should hopefully be wrapped, running, tuned, and all that stuff. But I think I bit off a little bit more than I can chew on the car end late late in the off season. So some long nights. But hey, that's how it goes, right? Cool. Well, I think I'll probably get rolling then. So jump in here. First off, if you guys have questions about anything, please just put them in the chat and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, Brian, 23 is going to be ridiculously busy for sure. Yeah, thanks, Craig. If I need anything, I'll let you know for sure. I'll probably need something. Like I said, it's been a lot, but yeah. So I'm gonna jump in. So I've got kind of a lot of things to cover, but I think I can get through them in a reasonable amount of time. So it shouldn't be too long. It won't take up too much of you guys' time. But if you have questions about any of the season stuff or anything, chat, I'll get to it. I'm just trying to put this out there so that everyone has the best idea going into the season, so you guys know what to expect. Especially with the huge news is that we've moved to U.S. Air instead of Great Lakes Dragway, so that was a change that I was so excited about and didn't really know if we could pull off. And it happened. Working with Mike, the operations manager at US Air, has been awesome, super responsive, and just he seemingly really just wants to bring more events to US Air. So I think he's trying to do that, and luckily we were one of the organizations that he chose. So super excited to work with him. But yeah, so I just wanted to briefly kind of touch on why the change happened. I know it's not not ideal for some people. I think it puts the series in a great spot. I view US Air as kind of like the premier Midwest drift track, and so for us to go there is awesome. But it's farther, so there are definitely some things that are more challenging, especially if you're from like Illinois or close to there. But yeah, so briefly, I had a meeting with Great Lakes Dragway, like leading up to the season, and at least from my end, that meeting didn't go as well as planned. The attitudes were a little bit different, and we didn't see eye to eye on where kind of that relationship was between myself and the series and the track. And so, leading that meeting, I decided, hey, I don't know if I can hold 3 rounds there, more, not even like one. I don't know if I can be there all year running events. Still happy to go drive there, but just from an event organization standpoint, it didn't seem safe or didn't make as much sense. So at that point, I started reaching out to other tracks and try and get to move us basically because I felt that it was best. And that's again when I reached out to Mike, and we were able to work through everything and get it set up. So that's kind of a quick overview. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that was the reason for the change. It wasn't like, oh, I think Great Lakes is terrible. No, not at all. It's really centralized actually, so it helps like graphically for events. But again, more than thrilled to be at US Air. More exciting track, bigger facilities. So it's a huge change for us and a great change. So I'm really excited. Plus, it keeps that even playing field. I think, because it is a tight track. So, second or third year, it's harder to run away at US Air, as we all saw with Alex and Zach last year, going one more time in the finals for Hyperdrift. So, if you have a low power car, maybe this even helps you a little bit. So, there's a reason for the change. But again, super excited. Kind of what to expect for the schedule, if you will. So, it'll be very similarly scheduled to how we did the Invitational last year. So we're gonna do, like 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Like kind of roll in, get your stuff unpacked, everything get ready, and then tech at that time as well. We'll have our tech guys rolling around, and then drivers meeting at 10 a.m. And so one note is if you're not at the drivers meeting, that's you won't be able to drive basically, which I think is standard for a lot of events. But I think it's important because in that meeting we're going to go over a bunch of stuff about the rules, safety, what to expect for a competition. We're going to do a track walk as well with the judges, so you can see and talk to the judges. What are they looking for? But yeah, so please be at drivers meeting. And then from like 10, that'll be like 10 to 10:30, 10:45. We'll try to be hot by 11. So track should be running at 11 or so. And again, these are all ballpark numbers, but that's kind of the idea. So, and then like 11 to 1 should be practice. So we want to have enough practice so everyone feels comfortable. If you haven't driven US Air before, or maybe we have a slightly different layout or something, then we want to give ample time to be ready for that. None of this like 4 practice runs and then into battle. That's not so. Should be about 2 hours of practice, and then from like 1:30, maybe 2 at the latest, until 5 or 6 we'll run battles. So, and then at 6 o'clock it'll be shut down, and then we'll do like awards and podium and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the layout for the day. Yeah. Then okay, so this is a big one, but we went from 3 rounds at Great Lakes Dragway, so now we're going to be doing 4 at US Air. This worked out again really well, and I'm excited to kind of add more. So we're going to do 4 rounds. The first 2 will be standalone days, so it'll be June 17th, and then Alex, what's up? It'll be June 17th and then July 15th. Those are both Saturdays, and so which is nice, right? You can roll out maybe Friday night, you can roll in Friday night, and then drive Saturday and head home Sunday. So that works great. That'll be round 1, and then round 2. And then round 3 and 4 is actually going to be a double header. So that'll be September 30th and October 1st. And that'll be kind of the finale of the year. So we'll have the whole weekend to drive. And yeah, it'll be back-to-back rounds. With that being said, you don't have to drive the whole series if you don't want to. If you want to run one event the whole year, great, run one event. Just buy your ticket and do that one. If you want to run all 4 events, awesome. We'd love to have you. So if you run one event, you probably won't be anywhere near the championship points. But that's up to you. Got a comment here. Yeah, so if we can start the Sunday event earlier, I'm not opposed to it, so we can get out a little earlier. I think it just depends on who is everybody there, right? Like if, for example, we have half the people who drive Saturday leave, and then a different set of people come in for Sunday, then it might take time to let them roll in and do tech and everything. But if we have, like, let's say we have 32 drivers the same Saturday, Sunday, I'm totally cool with starting earlier. I know everyone's got to get to work on Monday, and it's probably a long drive, so I could definitely make that happen. I can talk to Mike and just make sure we could start the track before, maybe like start at 10 or something. But I don't think it should be a problem. So it's a great question, Ryan. Thanks. But yeah, that'd be nice, because then I can get home too. Got to pack up and clean up, and my wife's going to be up there, so she probably want to get home earlier. She's giving me a wave and a thumbs up. So yeah, we can probably make that happen. Cool. Season points. So this is something that I thought about a lot and kind of worked with, is that because we added a round, I'm only going to count season points for 3 rounds. This might seem a little confusing, but there's a simple way to look at it. If you drive all 4 events, your lowest score will be dropped. So then we'll score 3 rounds. So let's say you get 2 top 16s, a first place, and a fourth place. If you drive all 4 events, one of those top 16s will get dropped off. Or maybe another example would be you went out in top 32 in one event and then you podiumed the rest. So we would only score the podiums. This way, because we had like season tickets pre-sold already for 3 rounds, and that was sort of worked in everyone's calendar. If you're only able to make 3, you can still qualify for the championship. Um, you know, excited to add on the 4th round, but also I didn't want to force people's hands where they're like, "Oh, I really wanted to win this championship. Now I have to buy another ticket no matter what." Like that doesn't make sense to me. So that's kind of the plan. Is like if you drive all 4, you get like an extra chance to drop your lowest score. But if you drive 3, then you're still eligible to be in the championship. Um, and that'll go for the team championship and the drivers championship. Exactly. Yeah. So if you drop a week, or you're not penalized at all. If you miss 2 events, then obviously you haven't hit 3, and however the points shake up, they shake up. But yeah, if you were unable to make one, then you can still technically win the championship. Might be harder because maybe you got like a lower finish, but yeah, no problem, Jacob. That's big changes, but I'm trying to make it work for as many people as possible. Because again, everyone's got a busy schedule, so I realize that people have stuff going on, so I just want to make it work. Um, I've tried to spell that out in the rules as well. I've like made some revisions in there, so you can read through it as well. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. So if you have more questions on that, shoot it in the chat, and I can go into it in more depth. But I believe that should cover it. Let's see. I guess on that too, just another kind of announcement about that team championship. So if you drive any event by yourself, you're automatically into the drivers championship. But I also have the secondary one, which is the team championship, where if you make a small team of 2 or 3 people, you don't have to have like an official drift team. This is like a team that's specific to this series. You're eligible for a secondary prize at the end of the season. We're going to do some small cash prizes at the end of the year. It's like $500, $250, and then $100, and that's for the drivers championship, and then also for the team championship. So there was something, and I've talked about it before, but I didn't want to do big cash prizes per round because that's not the vision of how I wanted the series to go. But we got feedback last year that some cash prizes would be nice, so I tried to work it in. So the team championship is where that'll be at, as well as the drivers championship. But if you don't want to do the team championship, don't do it. But just as an announcement, I think we only have like 2 teams signed up. So if only 2 teams sign up, then they're just going to get the payout. They'll battle amongst themselves. So there is some money to be made there if people are interested. And it doesn't take much. You just need a minimum 2 approved drivers, and then you need to run like a team decal that we can read on the side of the car to identify that you're on that team. So hopefully some more people sign up for that part, because I think it would be cool. And this is like the test year for it, obviously. So if it doesn't go, then it doesn't go. But we're going to pay that championship out either way. So I know, Craig, your team is signed up, so you guys are looking in a good spot right now to win that money. So, hey, Chris, welcome in. No worries, no worries. Happy to have you here. Yeah, cool, guys. Let's see. So I guess on event payouts then. So as I mentioned, there's the small cash payouts at the end of the year for those championship winners. And then each round, we're going to be giving out like prizes mainly from our partners. And then also I've got some prizes that I'm going to be giving out as well. Maybe some series merchandise. And then I have a couple like larger ticket items that I'll be able to give out 1 per round. So pretty excited to do that. But our partners have been very, very generous. And so we have some pretty cool stuff to give away to our winners. I won't go into like crazy detail on those, but just, know that we've got some cool stuff coming. So if you, again, that kind of leads into the fact that like, if you do 1 round, and you're not here for the season, you're just here to like try competition or something like that, and you win, you can still walk away with something. You don't have to put in, 3 or 4 days of driving to win something. You can still walk away with, maybe some Milwaukee tools or some products from our sponsors. So yeah, that's kind of what I was aiming for with that. But yeah, so I guess on that, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement we made yesterday, but we brought on Enzo uh, car detailing products. We've brought them on as a partner. And I should say brought, that's the wrong word. They, we talked and we thought that it would work well to have our organizations work together. And so, yeah, we made it happen. Super excited for the partnership. They're going to be at all of the events, so they'll be there. They've got like energy drinks and detailing products that they're going to be like handing out and demonstrating for people. And they're also going to be providing our winners with some care packages, some product packages. So that's a super super exciting thing for on my our end. It's super exciting, and they're thrilled about it as well. So really can't wait to work with them and have them at all the events. So you can walk by their booth, say hey, check out some of the stuff they've got going on. Um, and yeah, so thrilled about that. But there's another example of how we're able to kind of, you know, give our winners and the people who are like driving the series something useful and exciting. It's maybe not, yeah, just cold hard cash. So hopefully you guys check them out, but we're really happy to have them with us. So again, thanks. Yeah, Jacob, exactly. So you can stay up all night detailing your car. Yep. You can go to the event, win the event, go home, and then make that thing beautiful again for the next round. So let's see. Yeah. So jumping into, I put media applications up. So if we've got any media people in here or watching this afterwards, those applications are going to be open starting today. I've got to make a couple tweaks. I'm working with PRKP Media, so Patrick. He's going to be kind of handling the media side of things for us, which is really helpful because, as you can imagine, there's a lot going on, and so having him work on that stuff with us is going to be very helpful. So go ahead and apply at the website just underneath the driver application and the team application, and then that will get filtered over to him, and then we'll kind of go from there. We really want to give as many people an opportunity as possible to shoot these events. You don't have to be the best photographer in the Midwest to come shoot. We want to try to spread the love around a little bit, so he's going to work with that. Yeah, and we're going to get as many media people as we can, throughout the year. Well, yeah. So if you know someone who's interested, tell them to put in an application and see what's up. So, and then I talked about it before, but we are going to have the 2 videographers out. So we'll have Beezer Media and then Coil Ride shooting the events, so doing the after videos. So keep your eyes open for those, and try to make them. I think it's one of my favorite parts of driving is when the videos start coming out and you're like, oh shoot, I made the video. So we got messages coming through. All right, so I think that covers a lot of it. Tickets for the event are going to go on sale this coming Friday at 7 p.m. This will be for round 1. Each round will have like a separate ticket drop, unless you're a season ticket owner and then you have your tickets. So 7 p.m. this Friday. Yeah, they're going to be on BillingsMotorsports.com, so the website that kind of has all of the series information. Yeah, they're going to be a slightly more expensive than the Invitational, just because US Air is a lot more expensive to rent. I've tried to keep it as budget as possible. So when people go in there and, grab your ticket, just keep that in mind. We've got a bigger venue. We're still offering the same prizes and payouts. And so, it's a little bit more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. It's going to be a really great time. And to drive at such an awesome track in this manner, which we really haven't had the chance to do before, I think it'll be really special. But yeah, I think that's kind of a quick rundown of the stuff that I've got. Let's see. Updated rules and tech. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, so a couple of the things we had to change are So you're gonna have to run water, not coolant. That's a US Air requirement. That's kind of the main one. So I've gone in there and changed a couple of things in the rule book, but that's the main one where it's if you have coolant, you're going to have to swap it out. I know that I think this next weekend they said that coolant would be all right because it's going to be so cold, or potentially going to be so cold. But we'll be in the heart of summer, so that should not be an issue. I hope. But that's the main one. Um, there are the usual ones like if you have a convertible, you need to have rollover protection and door bars in order to compete. So if you have a convertible, keep that in mind. I've been trying to filter if I see a vert come through and just check with that driver, like, hey, do you have this stuff? Because that is a requirement we're looking for. But yeah, I think too, a lot of people usually ask about ride-alongs. Ride-alongs are a little bit tough for sure, not in competition and not early on in practice. There might be a small window, but I don't want to guarantee that ride-alongs will be happening unless we have fun runs at the end of the day and the um, competition finishes early. So yeah. What else? Any other questions popping up from? Yeah, Ryan, I can repost the rules on Facebook and Instagram for sure. I can throw them back up. They're updated on the website now, so you can download a PDF with the rules and regulations. But I can definitely make a post with them tagged in there. So, and I can probably pin it on the Facebook page too, so people can see it right away. Cool. What else we got? Anything else jumping out at people? So we are actually working on finding a test day to go look at layouts. Chris, I see you. I'll grab yours next. I think, yeah, I've been trying to work with so Jacob Anderson, Alex Zier, and I think we talked to Ross as well, but he's super booked up. So the three of us are going to try to make it out within the next month or so we can test a couple of layouts and see what's going to work well. It would be really cool to do something slightly different versus the usual advanced intermediate. But those tracks are already solidified. So if we can do something different, we're going to do it because then we get to have an exciting new layout for all of the drivers. But we will find out. I can update you guys more on that as we get past the test day. It helps if I have a finished car. Thankfully, both of Jacob's cars are done, but yeah. Let's see, Chris. Will the event just possibly drive? Good question, Chris. So he's saying, is it just comp driving or is the possibility to drive a different track? At this time, actually working on yours too. Okay, nice. At this time, it will only be comp layout. As a new organization coming in, they want to make sure that we are able to handle things, and that also the drivers that are coming with us are able to handle themselves as well. So at this time, it'll be we're running this layout for comp, and then very similar to the invitational. Once if you lose, then you're waiting, and then if we have time for fun runs, we'll do that. Maybe it's sometime in the future we'll be able to split it so you can go drive a different layout once or if you lose, but at this time it'll be just the comp layout. Jacob, do you know if there will be a tire changer on site? We're working on that still. I'm not sure, but that's something that's in the process. So hopefully we can get a tire changer on site. I will update you guys. I'll make some posts if we cannot or if we can. So I'll put that out there. Actually, I'll make a note just to remind myself. Beto, you mentioned next week coolant is okay. Club FR is running next week, so they will be up there. And I saw a post that coolant is all right if you're running the Club FR D-Day, but don't take my word for it exactly. Go check on that. But yeah, Club FR is running next week. Oh, and there's Ryan. Perfect. Thank you. How do you pick drivers? Great question. So we have an application process, and so you put your application in, and then basically what we're looking for is, are you comfortable tandeming? What we're trying to avoid is someone saying we want new people to competition, right? That's the whole point of the series, is to get people interested in competition in a like professional style environment that's friendly, right? We're not where you don't have to go spend, you know, formula drift money or prospect money to drive a comp. Like this is for the grassroots driver, but we want it to feel professional. So we have an application process. If you're once you're approved, then it's just did you buy a ticket or not? So we don't, we leave it up to once you have your approval, do you want to drive? We're not going to say, hey, these are the 32 people that can drive this year, and that's it. That's not what this is about. So, yeah, once you're approved, then just buy a ticket and you're in. Roscoe, will there be a burnout pit slash tire warm up area? That will depend a little bit on track layout. If anything, we'll have a spot where you could do some sort of like small slide or something like that to try and get some heat in the tires. But we have to do a test day to kind of work that out and then see how Mike, wants to deal with that as well. So I can imagine we're not going to be allowed to do standing burnouts. I don't think that'll fly, but hopefully we can find a spot to have tire warm ups. So after the test day, I can give you more information on that, but I'll put that in my notes as well. Cool. Samuel, contact you about filming the events with drones. That location has changed. Is that a possibility? It is. So Mike has asked that as long as we're not breaking any flight um, like issues or anything like that, he says there's an airport nearby. So if you want to fly a drone, we'll have to check with them and see if there's any regulations. But I know drones have flown at US Air before. So I think that drones are a go, which is really exciting because they give us awesome footage, especially for comp driving. Make it feel like FD or something out here. But yeah, so I think that's good. So reach back out to me, Samuel, so I have it on my radar, and I can put you in contact with Patrick for that. Chris. Yeah, no, I hear you. In the future, it would be awesome if you can keep driving, 100%. At least, but right now, we've got to see. They want to make sure that we're capable of running an event over there. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we can do the best job we can, and then maybe in the future we'll have like a separate track going as well. So, which would also be great on my end. If I can bring in, if I can have comp going and like fun driving at the same time, that makes more challenging. It makes my life easier, tickets wise and stuff like that would be awesome. Plus, you talk about a crazy atmosphere. You've got comps over here and fun driving on the other side. That'd be cool. So definitely something for the future, Chris. Hopefully we can make it happen. Yeah, Beto, having another layout might be great for offsetting a bit of the cost. Agreed, 100%. Alex, this ain't FD. It's not FD, but we can take a little bit from them. Track won't allow heaters, from my knowledge, just from the compound of the track. Yep. So that's sort of what I was thinking as well, Ryan. No sitters, basically, is what I'm thinking. Food trucks. So potentially, something that I know they've got food trucks coming up for next weekend. So hopefully we can have something for you guys as well, so you don't have to go off track for lunch. I know that Mike has opened up concessions as well, so they're going to be doing concessions at US Air. So maybe that's something that we can have as well, so you have at least a couple options for food. Great questions, guys. What else do we have? Is that a wrap? Is that a wrap on questions? Is that quick fire? Ryan, yeah, that definitely. I'll shoot him a message and see if we can get on that too. Because yeah, they're doing brats and burgers. I think. I believe you're right. I think I saw a post about that. So anything, anything that we can do to make it a little bit easier for drivers and staff to, to eat and be there. So I'm down. All right, guys. Anything else? Camping? Yeah. Kyle, camping is a go. Also, if you like, for example, for the Saturday events, if you want to roll in Friday night, that is also a go. The one thing that Mike, I'll like a bunch of questions coming in. The one thing that Mike, was very particular about is that we are a new organization coming in, so we're sort of setting the standard for new people coming to US Air. So if we do things that could get us in trouble, it's going to reflect pretty poorly on us. Not saying that anyone here would. I'm just, putting this out there. So if you do end up camping, that's awesome. Um, but please stay off the track and don't do anything rash because it eventually will just come back on me. And then worst case scenario is we're not allowed to run events there anymore. So that would be a tough look for us. But yeah, I think he said camping's a go. So I'll probably be there camping or, for sure there Friday. So we'll see. Jacob, anyone else running nitrous? Okay, if anyone else is going to run nitrous for the events, talk to Jacob because he wants to get a fill bottle, a mother bottle there. So if you're running nitrous, talk to Jacob. Alex, not a question, but super excited for the season. Me too, man. Uh, this has just been like a crazy, crazy month, basically. I was excited for the season before, and now I'm even more excited. And I really think that we've got something exciting and special coming up, and I hope that we can get as many people there as possible to share it. So, again, I wanted to drive a series like this, and I couldn't find it, which is why I started running these. And so I hope that everyone has fun, and you know, that's that's what that's what's all about to me. Is I want to see everyone out there shredding and having fun at competition, and if we can do it in a cool format like this, then thumbs up for me. Average range of horsepower we've seen for the comp so far. So we had everything from 700, or Chris, how much power do you make? I think you were the top. So however much power Chris has, and then the lowest horsepower I think we had was a stock 240 motor. So is that like 150 or something? 160 wheel? Okay, yeah, 696. So it's like 696 to stock 240. That was the range last time. And they met in, was it grade 8? I think they met in, yeah, 50 wheel. Okay, yeah. I think they met in the grade 8. So like stock power is 100% acceptable, right? Let's see, Chris, how many people do you plan on having to make sure everyone behaves well at all the event? I come as much as I can. Just want to make sure we leave good. Yeah, I want to make sure we leave a good impression as well. Yeah, the K went further than we thought. Yeah. Uh, you know, Again, being new, we want to do the absolute best job that we can. So I'm hoping to have, like 10 to 15 people on staff so that we can make sure this goes smoothly. Um, that would be good because I would rather overstaff a little bit and be prepared than have like 3 people helping and then us running around like crazy. So yeah, hopefully we have plenty of people staffing. Brian, this is Brian. Yeah, I'm bad at YouTube as well, man. So this is all new to me. But yeah, your name's good. That's super excited. Thanks for hey, my pleasure. Like I said, I'm super excited just to have like even just doing this and talking to you guys about the season kind of blows my mind a little bit that that's a reality, and having like cool partners on board that are there to be a part of this. It's really awesome on my end, and so I'm happy that I can share it with everyone. And then I get to just sit there and like watch awesome driving. So that's really cool for me too. I put in the work behind the scenes, and then rewarded when you guys go out there and kill it, and I get to see all the media and the footage that comes out of it. So I'm really excited for it. All right. Anything else? You guys are really killing it with questions today. So I've got all the time to answer questions, whatever we need. You're welcome, Chris. We're excited to see you there, man. Excited for some more awesome battles. Oh, maybe you don't have to break a wheel this time. So I don't think there'll be yeah. Hopefully, you don't have to break a wheel. I'm going to make a comment too on the low power cars. Something that we did last year and something that we'll do continuing this year is that if there's a longer section of the track and you have a lower horsepower car, you will be allowed a small straighten and then a reinitiation. So you don't have to carry, because you don't have the power to like pull out of a turn for some spots. So that'll be allowed. Manjis will be a no because it's slower and it doesn't look cool. But a small straighten will be completely acceptable. And then that will be determined based on the layout that we have and whether our judges feel that that is appropriate or not. So if you have a low powered car and you're worried about that, just ask our judges and they can give you the info. Marty, will the team comps be before or after the individual comps? So great question. And I think this probably leads into why we have a small amount of teams signed up. So he's asking, will the team comps be before or after individual comps? So the team championship is actually just part of the normal driving. So I'm basing this off of F1, where like let's say so you have like a race and then you have a couple of drivers from each team. So in our 32 car like main event, if you will, let's say there are a couple of teams and each one has two drivers. They'll just be driving through the event normally, and then wherever they finish, their drivers' points will be combined for their team points. So there will be no extra competition for those drivers. You'd run the normal event, and then you just gain team points in addition to your drivers' points, and then all those will be tallied up over the season. So basically, to be in the team championship, all you have to do is find a minimum of one other approved driver and then put some decals on the side and then tell me you're on a team. And that's it. Yeah, thanks, Jacob. That's correct. Could be compared to RTR versus Papadakis in FD. Chris, I suggest the chicane for a lead car if the straight is a bit longer, but it'd be a bit hard to control the cone hitting and restarts. Yeah, I think it could be a little bit difficult. I'm not opposed to a chicane at all. I think it would be cool, but we will see what the final layout is and then go from there. If we need to put a chicane in, that works for me. If the run up is short enough, then we don't need it. Then we'll skip it. Oh yeah, how will people be able to sign up to staff the comp? If you want to staff, just reach out to me directly, either on my personal or through the series. Just shoot me a message, and I can get you set up with that. Definitely looking for as many people that as we can, because we want to have maybe even a couple of reserves, right? So it's like, hey, I would love to, but maybe this isn't the weekend, and we can grab somebody else. So yeah, just reach out to me if you want to staff. And you're welcome, Marty. Hopefully we get more people signed up for the teams, like I said, or else that money is just going to go straight to Craig. So maybe Craig's trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I have not finished all of the applications for the comp, so I will get those done today so that everyone knows where they stand. Yep, so I'll get those sent out for approvals today. I think I have a couple left. We've had a big influx of applications, so which is awesome, right? I want to see as many people there as possible. So yeah, I will get those done today. Chris, can you help with staffing while also being a driver? Not sure how that would work. I'm probably going to go ahead and say tentative no. I really appreciate it, but I think that I don't want to have to rely on any of the drivers just in case. Like, let's say you go all the way to the finals. If you're done and you want to give us a hand, by all means, but don't feel obligated to. So if you're driving, you've done your part. You're there to put on the show and have fun. And so I'm always if I need something and you're willing to help me, I'm always down. But I will not rely on you for the event if you're a driver to help us staff. Beto, for teams, wouldn't it be not fair if one team had two drivers, another had four drivers? Yes, that would be unfair. So what I've done is, um, if let's say one team has eight drivers on their team, you are only allowed to score a maximum of three drivers. The reason I chose three is because a lot of drift teams like are it's like 3-person team, so I wanted to be able to include all of them. So it'll be a minimum of two and a maximum of three scoring per round. So again, you can have 20 people on your team if you want, but only three of them can score per round. Yes. So for the teams, it'll be your top. So whatever your driver's top three scores are in the drivers' championship, those will just be put into like your team pool. But yes, it'll be only three events that are scored. Yeah, same, Ryan. We're all stoked, or we're stoked too, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend. I know I'm sure some people are driving you Club FR next weekend. So all right, what else have we got, guys? We're coming up. We'll probably do like maximum another 8 minutes here. That'll be an hour. So I'll cut it off at an hour because it's Sunday and people got stuff going on. How much to register for the event? So it looks like it'll be 205 plus tax per round. So slightly higher, yes, but in order to provide the same prizes and packages and payouts, and be able to move the event, that's kind of the price that it's going to have to be. Um, that being said, I want you guys to know that there's a good possibility that I'll pay out of pocket partially for this season, which I'm happy to do. But I was not banking on the increased cost when I set up when I set everything up for this year. I wasn't counting on the increased cost for the transfer from GLD to US Air. So I'm not making a ton of money, but that is the plan. Will other events be going on while the comp is going on same day? No. So at least not on our end. Our focus will just be for the comp, and that's it. Maybe in the future we'll be able to have like a fun section and then a comp section, but at this time, just being new to the track, they want us to just focus solely on the comps. But yeah, future, that would be sick. Would love it. Man, didn't even drink my coffee. Cool. All right. Got a long pause in the chat. So Sam Lowe says there better be a huge check you can hang up after winning. So there is. So Blank Canvas is one of our other partners, and they are providing us with big checks for all the rounds. So if you win, you're not only walking away with prizes, but you're walking away with a big check. So thumbs up, guys. Yes, super sick. And they've been, Corey has been really, really on board with the event. So he'll also be there with the booth. Blank checks he's going to have. And I think I talked about this before, but I'll mention it again since we're here. But they'll have a booth there as well. And then they're giving away like basically gift cards to Blank Canvas so that the winners can do your own merch on them, essentially. So if you place first, I have to double check, but I think it's $350 to Blank Canvas. And then there's a first, second, and third prizes. So if you win, you're getting a check to Blank Canvas, and it'll be a big one, and that's the plan. But that way, you guys can make your own merch and kind of get your programs going too. Kyle says maybe Sam can help us out with some wheels again this season. Sam, we're looking at you, but hopefully that would be awesome. But I'll leave that to Sam. All right, we got about like 3 minutes or so. Ryan said, "Hold on, I'm on the phone with Sam." Nice, put in a word for us. Let's see. I don't know if David's still on here, but if you want to hop in and say anything about Enzo coming on, feel free to let us know. Ryan says, "Adam, reach out to Sam." Chat, you might have done something, guys. I'll reach out to Sam. Yeah, any other questions for Sam while we've got him on the phone? Is he going to rock that mustache all year? Let's see. I think that, and then any kind of last questions, guys. Also, when this goes up, feel free to share it around. I think we had a decent amount of people pop in and out, but again, we have a lot of applicants. So hopefully we can get this out to them so they can all see it. But I don't know how fast tickets are going to sell. We'll have 20 tickets available per round, essentially, because we've got season ticket holders. So we've got well over 50 applications and basically 20 slots. So I don't know how fast it'll sell. If it'll sell out, that would be cool for me. But we'll see what happens, right? Great, thanks, Kyle. Yeah, that's that's what I wanted to do, and just try to make sure everyone's on the same page so people can go into this knowing what's happening. So I'm hyped for the year. This has been a great ride for me, and I'm happy to make it happen. Alex says he's down for the mustache ride. Sam, hope you're ready for that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Brian. My pleasure. That's like I said, I'm really happy to do it. So can't wait to see you guys drive. All right. Any last questions? Before, if not, I'm probably gonna cap it there. We're at an hour, which is cool, but I think that's a good amount of time. So, any last questions coming through the chat? I can probably take like one more. Sam says, "Buckle up. He's ready for Alex." So, I think on that, we'll probably cut it off. Cool. If you have any other questions, reach out to me directly. I try to be as responsive as possible on social medias. So hit me up. Other than that, guys, have a great Sunday. If you're going to Club FR next weekend, have a blast. Hopefully, I can drive up and just hang out for a little bit. I think Logan's going, so maybe I'll support him. But yeah, have a great rest of the weekend, guys, and we'll see you soon. Tickets go on sale Friday. All right, guys, take it easy.